Hi folks, I'm VynxarTV. Today we're going to play Else Heart.Break, a game by Eric Svedang and his team. And this time I would like to go a bit more into the heart of the game. I would like to show you a bit of coding. It's not going to be very complicated, but it will still give you a very good idea of what you can do. So let's just load my game. I've got a save which is just a bit more advanced than the last one. So I will be able to use a few tools to show you how to connect stuff and how to try to change things. For the best or the worst. So here we go. So we are still at the Hotel de Vodka, and I've got a very interesting tool with me. I've got this little old octave here, which is going to give us an advantage. It's going to allow us to act pretty much everything. So let's just go back to the lobby. I'm going to go to an area which is going to be a good place to begin with. So I'm just going to go to this area, and we're going to go to the cabin which is next to the water outside, where there is all the manuals of coding. Let's see, should not be far. There we go, this is the place. And as you may have noticed, when I'm going to hover on things, I can actually hack them now. I can hack the screwdriver if I want. I can hack pretty much everything. And one of the first things I'm going to learn is to hack a little cube. I hope I've still got it with me. Where's that mystical cube here? So this cube here, which is making a bit of light. And I'm going basically to show you the step by which we are going to hack it. So I'm going to, when you are going to have something in your hand, you can have a new option here. You got the hack ability here, and the code is not really that complicated here. So let's just explain a bit. So the easiest way to begin with would be to show you the first command here. So we're just going to remove everything. Let's go back. So everything is gone, we're just going to compile. And now the cube is going to be, just... Okay, it should be unlit. What's going on? Okay, it's strange. It should be just unlit and not working. But it is working in some way, so I'm just going to change a few stuff. We're going to go with the command which was set color. And this one is going to allow us to change the color of the cube. You can use this on the light outside. It's a pretty easy one, and it's nonetheless fun. If you are pressing tab, you can just finish the command for you. It's going to save you a lot of time. And the maximum, because you are going to set a number for each color. You've got red, green, and blue. So we're just going to do that this way, one for each. It's going to give you white light. So I'm just checking because I actually do not have the same key on my keyboard than in the game. So let's just compile this. It's the simplest way to do this, and it's going to be pretty much the same. It's just white. And if I was to change, let's say, one number, let's go with, we're going to maybe remove a bit of blue. I'm going to put 0.1 here, and compile this. And if I exit, now it's yellow. So it's, and if I really want to change something, I can do something else. I can just go back, and let's say I want to have all the things just being changed a bit more easily. So I'm going to call these I should maybe not begin with that. The fact that I'm not familiar so much to coding is going to maybe cripple me a bit in this video. So we are going to establish what is called a variable. So let's go that way, which are going to be let's say world which are going to contain information. And let's go, I'm going to go with one which is going to be called red, and which is going to be equal to a number which we are going to decide, like 1. And then we'll go with a second variable. I'm probably going to make a few mistakes, I'm sorry about that, which is going to be called blue. blue, and which is going to be equal to 1, and in between, because I don't want to make too many mistakes, I'm going to put the green one in the middle. So another variable which is going to be called green and equal 1. I forgot, so I don't know if the space are necessary, but I'm probably going to fail, so the code will just tell me if so. And here we're going to not use number, but we're going to use the variable, so we'll be able to change these up there. So if we were to set many of these functions here, because set color is a function, we would be able to change the number without changing all the expression on the page. Maybe it's not that clear. Let's just do it. So red, green, and blue, and then I'm just going to change it a little bit. That's it's going to be. I really don't need the capital letter here. I'm just going to go with the regular one. Oh crap! I was not well placed. And let's say I want to remove a bit of green, so I'm just going to put 0.1, and we're going to compile that. Is it alright? Seems so. And so basically when we're going to go with this, we are going to go with a pink cube. So basically this is how they're going to explain you the beginning. Maybe it's going to be a bit more simple, because they are going to actually begin with a code which is going to be wrong. You need to rewrite it, then we'll go with the set color command, and then we'll go and add the variable to explain how this thing are working. And there is also another command you can use. Let's say I want the green to be different each time. So I can use a command which is going to be called random. And let's complete it. No, not range. Random here. And it should be changing the color each time. Let's see if it's going to work. Seems to be alright. So now I got this color here. And if I was to push the button again, it's just changing the color each time. And maybe if I was to use random on each, it would just be a bit more interesting. So let's say random, and for this one random as well. And what is pretty cool is that if you just look at the bottom of the screen, you are going to see that there is plenty of little commands you can use, and if you figured out how to use these, I could try something. I could just try to play a sound, but I think I need to know a sound name, so I'm not just going to work. We'll try nonetheless. And so what was interesting is that you can just play a lot with these, and you can see exactly when you are going to finish that. You are going to see if the commands are going to work and what they are going to do. I think the main interest is to see how the world is going to react to your commands. Okay, let's try to do something. I think maybe I could try to play a sound. Do I have let's take a look in my inventory. Do I have anything which is going to make music? Do I have a radio here? Yes, I do. So if I was to ask the radio, she's got does she have? We could try to make a cube which is going to make music. I'm not sure. I'm going to try. Can I copy all of these? Yes, I can. So if I was to press Ctrl C, I can actually copy it. Let's try. And now let's just put it into the bag and grab the cube to see if we can make a cube which is going to make music. It would be amazing. And let's try to hack it, and let's try to copy it. I'm going to go with Ctrl V. Yes, it's working amazing. So is this thing going to work? I don't know, but I hope so. So let's just compile it. And no, it's not going to work. So if I just exit, the cube is going to be broken. And when things are broken, they're going to make smoke and crash and burn and stuff. And I will need to... oh, oops, wrong button. I will need to repair it and plenty of things that are just wrong. So I think maybe the issue is that I need to establish the variable at the beginning. I'm not sure. Or maybe this item is not going to be able to do that. So let's just forget about it. I could try the other way. I could try to make the radio glow. Maybe not. So let's go back, and I'm going to go somewhere else. I know we can do something else which could be very useful. So we are going to go to the warehouse of Wellspring. So I can just show you a very simple way to make money with hacking tool. Let's run a bit. So when you're going to sell sodas, each day you are going to be required to register yourselves at the warehouse. And if you kind of lie, it's going to be removed from your wallet. And if you do that many times, you will be able to get an amount of money which is going to be a bit frightening. So you will owe money to the corporation. But if you just change a few little bits of code, you can make it so that when you are going to enter a wrong amount of money, it's going to give it to you instead of removing from your wallet. So it's pretty easy to be rich, in fact, if you just do that. So this is the thing I was looking for. So this is the warehouse here. And if we hack the computer, we're going to have all this bunch of text, which was a bit frightening at the beginning, I must admit. But if you just take a look, there is this, you can see there is a register command. So, and you can just see that, where was it? It should not be for. So, var finance computer, here it is. So this is where it's going to be recorded, and it is saying if amount at less than 0, you've got minus amount, and if you just remove the minus and put a plus instead, and do it a bit lower as well in there, you can actually make money with that. So let's just compile it. Sometimes there is just a little thing you can just change, and now I'm going to say register. I'm going to be required to put the password on, and it's going to ask me how much did I actually gain today, and I could just tell him I've been getting, let's say, 50,000. That seems alright. And here we go. I got money which is getting in. And maybe I should just, I'm not sure if they are checking these, so let's just put it back so nobody's going to see this anymore. And here we go, we've got infinite money basically. So there is so many things you can just do in this game, which are going to make you kind of the master of this world. And is there any... Yes, there is a lamp here. We could just hack it to make a different kind of... Thanks to what we've been learning, we can just see that there is different kind of light which could be used here. This is not going to be the same red all the time, but the green and the blue are always the same. And if we were to make, let's say, to use this little random stuff, we could do the little lamp change all the time, pretty much from, let's go that way, and done. So it's not going to be showing much here because we are pretty much with daylight, but it's probably working because there is no error, and we'll be able to see that a bit later maybe. Or we could just hack the TV, but I'm not sure we'll be able to do that because there is a few channels there, and depending on the hour, the TV show is going to be different. And if I wanted, I could just maybe switch to. So what time is it? I need to check. So it's 9, almost 10. What do we have at 10? Not so much. Bergmans. Okay, we're just going to switch these. We're going to go for Terminator. Yes, why not? So let's go. We're going to refer these. So if it's more than 22, and if it's more than 7, let's go with Terminator here. So now I'm not sure I can see what's going on in there, but it should be the right program now. So I cannot really see, but I hope so. Anyway, I'm not going to go much further. It's just going to be a very basic video about hacking, because I'm not going to be able to do much more. I need to advance a bit more in the game and to maybe learn a bit more, because you know it could be quite difficult. I've got a few manuals in there. I could just show you. Maybe I should have what is it? The Sprack manual with me. This is the name of the coding language of this game, and let's put it down. Or I could just read it here. I could read it just like that. And there is plenty of things you can just learn about the programming language in there. And it's pretty... So... I should have taken maybe the other manual with these. But it's taking so much room in the bag. So there is a way to actually understand the language. So folks, thank you for watching. I'm going to conclude here. I hope you like this video. If you do, please leave a like, a comment or subscribe. And until next time guys, have fun!